Here we go. Two black guys. Loco 3. With Table Talk, y'all. What's up, man? So listen, y'all. Today, I'm grateful. I'm thankful to have Xavier Silas here with us, a special guest. I've been wanting him on the show. I know y'all be seeing me because I'll be throwing plugs at him. I'll be like, bruh, get at us, bro. Get at us. And it's here, y'all. It's here. So, you know what I'm saying? Out of his busy schedule, like all y'all know, we normally film on Saturdays. We knock them out for the week. Yeah. But we made an exception. Because this man got moved.
That's a request.
Because this man got moved. So I was like, what, bro, Monday? And he was like, yeah, bro, Monday. I was like, hold on, now let me hit my dude up. Because we knocked this shit out together. But, man, appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate y'all, making accommodations, man.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. Y'all. Look, hold on, man. I got to wave at all these people that's trying to get up in here. Hey, Mike. Hey, everybody, man. Appreciate it.
What's up, y'all?
So, man, let me start it off straight up. So, locally, man, my dude is doing this Colorado prep thing, y'all. This shit big, man. Straight up. From the first time I saw it, like, I was like, how is this even going to happen? Who can actually execute this shit? Who can actually do it? Because I've heard it. People done talked about it. So I just want you to go on there and let these people know, how did you execute this? How did you go about starting this shit, man?
Well, the grind session is hard to get into, right?
Yeah.
And it's a mutual friend that I had with the owner. And they put me in contact. They know I was doing a lot of grassroots stuff here.
Yep.
In Colorado, and when I finally got on the phone with the owner, he said he been wanting to have a Colorado team. He been wanting to try to get to Colorado. And that's everybody, man. I mean, what people don't understand is Colorado's a destination, man. People want to come here. People want to have a reason to come here. Yes. And he was like, man, look, I've been wanting to do it. You're in. And so once they gave me the green light, I started working, and we're still working.
That's crazy, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about, the fucking plug. This is the shit that I'll be talking about. I wish I could be that guy. The other black guy is closer than me. I am just not the plug, bruh. But people are always in my shit. So that's why I like that we have this platform and we do this, because I like putting it out there, man. Because it's not just about me or informing Alan or nothing like that. I try to look out for everybody, because everybody, I know how y'all all pushing this Black Lives Matter movement. We talk about it all the time. I'm not trying to knock another man down. I'm trying to bring you with me. Feel me? Straight up. So my second question, bro, So Colorado Prep is here, bro. Yeah. It is here. Yeah. So how are y'all going about getting these kids?
Which is why Chasa's mad at me.
Yes! Yes! Chasa. I've been coming at y'all for 2 years now. 2 years solid. And my boy Chris Yarbrough, love you, bro. You with me, bro. We attack Chasa at all will possible. So, with you doing this prep thing, what is the ramifications? Like, what's your guidelines? Like, do you even have, like, hey, like, it's got to be a touch and state? Or are you just like, shit, that I could go to New York and grab kids? Right, I could go to Cali?
I mean, let me start off. Me and Chasa have always had a good relationship. Y'all know I did the Centennial Grandstand last year.
Yeah.
And so, the one thing that when we sat down and finally talked about it, Chasa, the commissioners, and me, it just didn't make sense for us to have a partnership, because we kind of are trying to do two different things, right?
Yeah.
With Chasa, they're inclusive. They want to include everybody. They want to give everybody an opportunity. With us, it's very exclusive. You know what I'm saying? With us, we're recruiting certain people. It's not for everybody.
Okay.
And so,
I like that.
But, I think that you have to have both in a state. And the problem for me was we didn't have the exclusive option. We didn't have somewhere where if you just want to focus on basketball and hooping, that's where you go. Yeah. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My biggest problem, not just with Chasa, but with all the state associations, is you can't transfer for a better situation. You have to sit out for 365 days.
Yes.
And for me, honestly, I think that it's I started the Ally for Athletes thing, and all that. But my main piece has been, I think that it's oppressive to not let young Black and Mexican kids transfer to better situations for athletics.
I've been saying this.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
Right? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, speak.
If Lil Rob wants to transfer, or T, she wants to transfer to Valor because they have a better science program.
Yep.
Now, the equivalent of that would be, she can transfer to Valor, but she can't take no science classes because she transferred for science.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
I mean, and I for me, and it's a lot of people that think that athletics aren't a career, right?
Okay.
It's a lot of people that especially in academic administration, that don't see it as a career. Where for me, I'm a living, walking proof that you can make money for your family as an athlete. And so,
I love that you brought that up. Not to cut you off, but I was just talking about that yesterday. The NBA is a job, Alan Rice. Right. But carry on, man. Man.
But honestly, like, if you want to go and be, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. If you want to go be an engineer, you can go to a school. They'll prepare you for that, right?
Yeah.
In high school, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be a mathematician.
Yes.
If you want to be an artist. If you want to go to performing arts, you want to act. You can go to a performing arts school in high school and focus on that. But where can you go to focus on hooping? With experts.
Dang.
Right?
Yes.
And so that's really the basis of Colorado Prep, right? I mean, I want to give kids an opportunity to be able to focus on what they want to focus on. And it's no different to me than mathematics, science, art, whatever.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
That's dope. Go, Alan, shoot.
So what are the obstacles you've had trying to get this Colorado Prep established?
Everything, man. I mean, it's everything from the foundation, building everything. A lot of people don't want to see it happen, and that's normal because it's been the status quo here, right? It's been one way. No one has been able to do anything different, and everyone's gotten comfortable. But in order to get real change and real growth, you got to get uncomfortable, right?
That's
what they call growing pains, right?
Right.
That's why you get growing pains, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm making a lot of people uncomfortable, which is. That's one part of it, but the other part is figuring out the logistics, figuring out our schedule, recruiting, which took a while to get the team kind of together. So the list goes on, but it's been really fun and we've been doing a good job.
Good, man.
So I want to back this up real quick, just for the viewers who may not know exactly who you are and your resume. So can you just give us a little brief synopsis of your resume?
Yeah, just give me the bio, man.
Give
me the bio.
Y'all need to know who this man is.
Give me the bio.
Yes.
Austin, Texas native, of course, baby. Come on.
Y'all know what it
Austin,
is.
Texas native.
Y'all know what it is.
Went to Austin High, ended up going to Brewster Academy, who's
big time.
Who's won 8 national championships.
Yeah.
And then I came to CU.
Yeah.
Played at CU for 2 years under Ricardo Patton and Jeff Bizdelic.
CU.
Transferred to Northern Illinois with Ricardo Patton, who was my original coach at CU.
Okay.
I was able to have a lot of success there at the mid-major level and led the country in scoring for a little bit. And then
speak on it.
Just a little bit.
Speak on it. Just a little bit, y'all.
And then we went. And then we did. I went to. Actually, it was a lockout year, so I went to France. Started my career in France because the NBA was locked out. As soon as I was done, I went to Philly and kind of started my journey, right? And so was with the Sixers, had time with the Wizards, had time with the Celtics and the Nuggets.
So these are NBA teams you're talking about, right?
Yeah, those are NBA teams.
Yeah.
And then spent some time overseas too. I did Greece, Germany, France, China, Argentina, and Israel. So been around the world, played in the Big Three, played in the basketball tournament. So it's been a good journey, but now I'm on the coaching thing where I'm a player development with the 76ers and an assistant coach with the Blue Coats now.
So basically you're saying is that you're still active in that NBA world right now.
I am, yeah. They had me doing scouting this morning, actually.
Phenomenal, bro. So now I'm going to just read a quick comment, man. So my kinfolk, Victoria, she said one of Tyler's tournament coaches at a place called Concordia Prep, I believe, which is something similar and I completely support the idea. Texas needs one too.
Yeah, I think Austin. I mean, Austin doesn't have one.
Thank you, Victoria.
Austin doesn't have one either. I know that there's some in San Antonio. I do know. I know actually George Gervin's Academy has a prep school down there.
Okay.
But other than that, man, it's not as East Coast and New England is huge. It's New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, even New Jersey, New York, Philly, all those places they have them. But this part of the country and even Texas, West Coast is getting big. Arizona and LA and all this, they starting to get them. But this part of the country and like the middle, even Texas, not so much.
Okay. So my next question, man, is, so we talk about the kids all the time. Mm-hmm. How important do you think parents are being pivotal to what you're trying to do? Either supportive or willing to, hey, maybe spend some extra money here or there. Like, how important do you think that parents are? Because I know in the recruiting process, it just ain't about selling that shit to the kids.
Right.
Feel me?
It's a family decision.
Yeah.
It's a family decision, but as you guys know, probably everyone doesn't know, this whole thing is a family thing. Sacrifices have to be made.
Yep.
My dad used to drive me to a school across town every day. It was 30 miles one way, 30 miles back. So it's just one of those things. As parents, you have to be as committed as a kid. The problem is, what I've been running into doing the club stuff is sometimes the parents are a little bit more committed than the kids.
Okay.
And so, and so it has to be a balance, right?
Yeah.
The kid has to want it just as much as the parent, but the parent has to want it too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and it can't just be the kid wanting it. It can't be just the parent wanting it. Everyone has to be on the same page and working towards that.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that, in my little time that I've been coaching and stuff like that, is I run into a lot of unrealistic parents.
Right.
Parents who do have the money, or parents that do got the whatever backing to roll with whatever you're trying to do, with whatever like you're doing. And maybe it's that kid that you want on the team that don't have those funds.
Right.
But their parent is trying.
Right.
Is trying. So when they find things like that out, it's like, hey, why ain't my kid logging minutes now? I paid. Feel me? And we talk to the viewers all the time about the separation of just feeling entitled.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm from Texas, my boy is. I'm telling you, I don't run into much of that down there. Right. People just want to win.
Right.
So you'll actually see a parent sponsor another kid, like, hey, bring this kid on the squad. This kid got moves, he can jump. Here, I don't run into that.
Right.
That I run into a lot of, man, like my kid, like I paid. So it's not so much about winning, it's about their kid getting looked at and being on the floor. So do you see that as an issue with Colorado Prep, or is it a total, hey, every kid that enroll into this process and is part of this team understand where they stand?
Well, I'm from Texas. We're from Texas, so I don't roll like that. We don't. We don't do that. My dad for sure doesn't do it, and he's the one that's going to be making the final decisions.
Right.
He don't care who paid, who didn't pay, whatever.
I like that, y'all.
He's trying to win. And that's just, that's the cloth that we both, that's why I wanted my dad involved.
Okay.
Because I know that he sees things the same way that I do. Don't nobody care about, and it's not so much just the pro stuff, it's where we're from. Texas, nobody cares. Really, this is the difference between Colorado parents and Texas parents for me.
Speak on it.
You're about to jump when I was about
for
to
me.
Yeah.
So here's the difference.
Yeah.
A Texas parent will bring a kid on, sponsor them, even have them live with them because it's going to put their kid in a better situation. Yeah.
Yes.
For here, everybody's kind of, it's really a crab in a barrel situation.
He say it all the time. He say that all the time.
Where no one really wants to ever come together and make a really strong situation so that everybody gets love.
Yep.
They think that if they stay apart and you're the man here, you're the man there, you're the man there. You're gonna get more, but it just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that.
So we try to keep a small circle with the folks that we know as far as having that village mentality.
Right.
Well, we got a lot of people that's on here from Texas saying, "Yeah, you truly Texas made."
So you already alluded to what I was about to ask. You know, the difference between where you're from and coming to Colorado, and were you shell shocked on the way that the parents, you know, act towards? I mean, in the sports world or whatnot. Since you already answered that, what I want to ask basically is, what type of connections? What is your selling point to get other kids on board
At Colorado Prep?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the grind session really sells itself.
Speak.
You know, they've had over 1,400 D1 offers in the last 6 years.
We didn't Google it.
I mean, it's been, they've had like 30-something McDonald's All-Americans. I mean, 771 guys have gone D1 from the grind session in the last 6 years. So when you're talking about, and then I mean, what's new is the Jalen Green and Daisha Nix thing. I mean, these dudes are going straight to the G League in the NBA pathway program, getting $500,000 for next year for 6 months, and then they're gonna go and be in the NBA draft. So and both of them came from the G League. So it was four. I mean, I'm sorry, the grind session. So it was 4 people. 2 of them came from the grind session.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like it's hard to say anything bad about the grind session, and for us to be the exclusive only team in the state, you know, it kind of sells itself.
Playing on this national circuit, y'all. So, I'm just so impressed by that. I'm so impressed.
We got a couple comments that says that includes coaches and trainers here in Colorado. I'm about to allude to that. Mm-hmm. So, as far as what you've been doing out there, do you butt heads with a lot of the Colorado coaches and trainers out here? Since you know I know you being who you are, a lot of people want to get on, and some can or whatnot, or you might take a kid from their school, or are they reciprocating love, or they're just straight hating?
You know what? I don't get direct hate.
Okay.
Nobody ever really charges me up.
Nobody
calls my phone and says, "Hey, you know." Which is what I would do if I had a problem with somebody. I'll call them and say,
because that's the Texas made
shit.
shit.
I'll call them and say, do we have a problem?
Straightforward.
But it's just I hear it through people, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of gossip, but, you know, my schedule doesn't really allow me to think about gossip and what people think and all that.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I'm pure with it. I'm here for the kids.
Yes.
Hey, Anna.
And the issue with it is that a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are there for themselves. So, like for me, and I ask you this question.
Okay.
Who does it hurt if I take a kid from Sand Creek? Does it hurt the kid, or does it hurt the high school coach who may not be able to win that championship this year because their best player's gone?
That's exactly who's getting hurt.
And so, you know, when you really break it down, and if you're for the kids and for opportunities, which I've always been, you know, y'all know me, I've always trying to put kids in opportunities and give them exposure. If it's about that, then, you know, I'm not losing any sleep. But and that's why a lot of people are mad, because I think that it's taken away from what they had planned or what they wanted to do as adults. But every time that I've been with a kid, I've put them in a good situation for them to be successful.
All right, so now I don't want to skip over this because I'm just happy to have my dude here. Yeah. So now Colorado Prep is huge. It's a big thing. Let's talk about who these kids are playing for.
Okay.
Let's not forget that, because his number could be hanging in a Raptor somewhere, like somewhere. So if you could just speak on it, man.
Yeah, the head coach is going to be my dad, James Silas. He played 11 years in the NBA and was the first person to have his number retired with the Spurs. So
first.
He's going to be good, man. I think that it's just going to be a really good situation, because one thing I've noticed once I got here is there's not a lot of old school mentality. And that's one thing that he's going to be able to bring, is that old school mentality. Of course, I'm new school, so I'll be able to balance it. We built the staff to be able to balance it, but that old school dog mentality that he's going to require to play, to get minutes, is what's needed for us to go and try to win a national championship, and that's what we're trying to do. Like now, when we win a national championship, it not only helps those kids on the roster, but it's going to raise eyebrows of every other college in the nation and say, dang, who else is in Colorado? They got these kids. Well, what else is in the state?
Yeah.
And that's just not happening on the national scene right now in high school.
It's not. It's absolutely not. So now you're doing something at the high school level now. I've known you doing the whole little summer circuit. So I want to know, how do you feel like what's more important? Now you could give me a simple answer and we can move on to the next question. What's more important, high school basketball or the summer circuit?
I would say it depends. And I don't mean to be, difficult, but it depends, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're stuck somewhere where you don't get exposure in high school, but then you're on a summer team that gets to travel and get seen, then the summer team, right?
Okay.
The only problem is with summer ball, and what everyone has to understand, and I'm in the club game, so I know.
Yeah.
With these new rules, so let me break this all the way down for everybody that doesn't understand.
Yeah.
All right.
Open your eyes.
So about 2 years ago, Condoleezza Rice, right?
Yep.
Condoleezza Rice complained about Nike and Adidas cheating and
basically
paying kids.
Cheating.
Yeah, they were paying kids. And so what they did was they came up with the Rice Commission. The Rice Commission ended up taking live periods away. So it used to be like 6, right? They took live periods away. It used to be like 6, and now it's only really down to 3 or 4.
Okay.
Right? And one of them is a scholastic event. Now, the scholastic event is a Centennial Grandstand, what I did, which has to be put on by a governing body, like a state governing body like CHASA, which was the only person that could put it on. Okay. Well, I partner with CHASA so that we can make that happen and bring 50 Division I coaches here to see kids. Last June. It was actually a year from this weekend will be a year.
Wow.
And so, anyway, really, at the end of the day, you only have like 4 chances to get seen by college coaches, right? In the summer.
4, y'all.
4.
Pay attention, 4.
4 weekends, which 48 times 4. I don't know what that is, but it's not a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And if you have 2 bad tournaments, then it's tough.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, when you're planning those tournaments, you have a bad game, you get they send you to the middle school gym because you lost your first game. Y'all know how that goes.
We know how that goes.
You don't get the exposure. But now if you're on a national circuit where you can get recruited the entire time in high school, and you're playing other schools who are also getting recruited, then that's the better situation. So it really just depends. If you're at a school where you get a lot of exposure in high school, the opportunity is way more. But if you're playing for somebody who plays in a rural Colorado town, you're never gonna get seen.
I just love that, man. That's just straight facts.
So,
God damn, facts.
So do you find it laughable? I don't know how much you hear from parents saying that, hey, we're in the Conoco tournament this weekend, and these kids need to be here. These club teams trying to sell them to go play in these Conoco and 7-Eleven tournaments. Do you find it laughable, or do you find yourself explaining to people a lot of times like, hey, you're kind of wasting your time?
Right. It just depends. At the end of the day, if a kid it depends on who you're playing against. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Now, if there's a really good team at the Conoco tournament and you can go and get some film against a really good team and you know that they're going to be there and you're going to play them and y'all are going to match up and you can and they have kids that are going here, and here.
Yeah.
And it's just 2 teams in the tournament, it could be worth it because you can get some film against those kids or whatever. But a majority of what you're talking about, low-level teams, no one's really going anywhere, no commits there.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter if you have film or not. The college and listen, I spend all day on the phone with college coaches. And
what? Say that again. You do what?
I mean, I'm serious. I've been spending all day on the phone with college coaches, and they want to just see these kids play against real competition. And
that's it.
That's it.
Dang, so
that's
are we
it.
lying?
That's it. Because we got people that tell us, no, you can come and play in the local maybe, and that's going to work. And I'm like, listen, man, the competition matters. Nobody wants to see film against a team playing a zone, and you went and scored 30, and all you did was shoot a bunch of threes, bro. Like, maybe it's just me in the process. Now, I wasn't him. Now, I didn't go all the way to the top, but I played this game. And I'm just telling you, when I played for the All Air Force team, we watched film, we did this and that, and I'm just telling you, any coach that was bringing in another dude, he just didn't want to see how he played against a zone. Like, he was like, we man up. When we was playing in Germany, when we went to the Philippines, everybody played man.
Right.
Everybody, and y'all, the Philippines had dudes literally 5'8" and was killing us.
Right.
Like, they was fast, they was moving. So I'm just saying, and a lot of people, they critique us. Like y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. And I'm like,
it's
listen,
just
man,
so refreshing to hear somebody who's been there, still doing it, day in and day out, speaking the same terminology.
I'll give you all an example. I mean, I'll say two things. The first thing is, if you're making your team play zone a majority of the time, you're doing the kids a disservice.
That's all.
Because you can't really develop, and the coaches can't really see what they can do defensively.
Yes.
Which I'll give you an example. I have scouting responsibilities with the Sixers, and I had to scout a guy from Syracuse.
Okay.
His offense game was really good, really dope. I mean, he was really good. He was really versatile. But, of course, as we know, Syracuse plays zone. They play 2-3 zone.
Everybody know what Boeheim does.
For me, I couldn't really scout him on the defensive end because I didn't know what he looks like playing man.
Yeah.
And so, at the end of the day, I had to go with, and we actually literally ranked the guys. And I had to rank my guys, and he had to be a lower position on the rankings because I didn't know. You don't know. So,
man, you know what? That's interesting. You said rankings. Okay. So we need to talk about rankings. So we've been discussing these for a few episodes now. How important are rankings? You tell me.
I don't think that they're the end all be all, honestly. I'll give you another example, and it's just all coming together, but I was scouting two kids from Duke, right?
Oh, okay.
They were, I think, number 35 and number 55 in the nation when they were in high school.
Okay.
But they got to Duke and didn't play much, right? They averaged 3 points, 3 rebounds in 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh.
So it honestly, it doesn't matter about your rankings. You can look at Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and all them. That they were 2-star, 3 stars, unranked. I was a 3-star, unranked, and I still made it. So, rankings isn't gonna. It doesn't tell you or gonna make or break your career. If you can get ranked, it's gonna put you on the radar and make you be someone that people look at.
Okay.
But it also doesn't really define who you are. So
at
the end of the day, they're okay important, but not one of the top things at the list. Like if I'm a college coach, or even now scouting for the Sixers, I don't really care what they were ranked. Okay.
So let's say, well, like you just said, you're scouting, mm-hmm. you're evaluating players. Mm-hmm. Is there a evaluator or ranker or whatever type system, Rivals, ESPN, name it, that you would look more at, or does that even matter? Like, is somebody else's rankings more important than somebody else's?
I don't know because I really don't look into it like that. But I would say I would say ESPN just because it sounds like it is.
Sound like it is. Okay.
I don't know. I don't
really.
I mean, ESPN would probably be the one just because it sounds like it is, and
because I was getting on Dan Olsen, you chimed in talking about he wrote some shit up for Tiana, but I don't but I don't like it because we look at the rankings, man. I ain't gonna cap. And there's some girls on the ESPN 2023 that I've seen her bust their ass, man. And I don't know if it's like she ain't on Nike or the Adidas Gauntlet or so on. But I'm like, hey, man, now I know you seen my daughter. Like, you talked to me. You did some shady shit.
Right.
But whatever, man. So he told me something similar to you. Like, don't put too much into it. But he wrote up this good thing for your daughter. And I was like, yeah, all right.
One thing that the dust will settle at one point.
Okay.
The dust will settle. So all those dudes that were ranked higher than me in Texas and all that, you
got to get them.
Exactly. And so if you're a player and you know you're a player, it'll show. And if you can play, they'll find you. They'll find you. Now that's one thing that's for sure. If you can play, I've been looking at some D2 cats. I looked at a few D2 cats for the Sixers, right? And so just because you didn't make it or it didn't work how you thought it could be, that doesn't mean stop working. Now, but I will say this ain't for everybody. That lifestyle, this basketball thing, it's not for everybody. So it's one thing to say you want to do it, but it's another thing to live it. And to keep at it and keep getting better. And a lot of people don't do that, and that's why rankings don't really mean much because 2023, I mean, they're freshmen.
Yeah.
Who knows what 3 years is going to look like?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, and through all the camps and in the times that you've spoken to my children, that's one of the biggest things that I try to take from things, man, is from any trainers, coaches, from anybody that work with them, is I like to talk more about your journey, like the things that you've gone through. So because those are the things that I can relate to them. Like, hey, like look at where he got. And it was because of hard work. Wasn't the video games. Wasn't this and that. Not saying that you can't find an hour or 2 hours out of your week to maybe find some time for yourself to do that. Right. But that grind is real. Feel me?
Yeah, you gotta prioritize for sure.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest things that I always took from you and from multiple people that was in their life.
Right.
But so do you got something for him, bro?
Yeah, as far as the Colorado prep. So being that this is you're the first official to do this, to bring this in Colorado, which is huge. So a lot of folks don't know or don't realize how big this is. So with you being the first, how important is this first season for future endeavors?
I think it is important to have a good foundation. You know what I'm saying? To have a good foundation and to make sure that everything goes good.
Yeah.
As far as winning and all that, I mean that's on the kids and how we perform, right? And a lot of it is, it's not really about. I'll tell you this: Powerhouse Prep, who is in Arizona, they lost 20 games last year. 20, right?
Yeah.
12 out of 13 guys went D1.
God damn.
Yo, that's
what happened to that 13? You go D2 at least, right?
He went D2.
Yeah, see,
he went D2.
I'll take it.
And in their first year. Last year was their very first year.
Oh, okay.
And so for me, if we can do something where we give the kids an opportunity, and here's my thing, and people can disagree all they want, but I feel like Colorado is like a year behind everybody else in the country.
I agree.
2 years, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
we've been telling y'all that, but y'all disagree. But we've been telling y'all that.
I would say 2. So, one or two in between there. Yeah. I would say, and not so much the talent or the skill, but I would say the exposure and how much they've been in front of people,
that's
and
what
people
we
don't
tell
know
people.
them.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
the talent.
It's not so much like the kids in Arizona. Because I'll tell you this: we went down to Arizona. I think y'all went, and it was a straight up Colorado versus Arizona thing, and we ran the table. And
we ran
it at a young age.
Yeah.
And so that shows, that's the purity of it. That shows you that the talent ain't no better in Arizona.
Yeah.
But they got 4 grind session teams there in Phoenix. They got, all these schools, big time schools that are known to be basketball, Pinnacle and the other one, where
what's the one?
Nico Manning went. Whatever. Anyway,
and the other kid that went to
I mean they have big time basketball schools there, which isn't the case here. And so at the end of the day, man, to answer your original question, I don't know how much stock I would put into that. I think that my kids that are juniors going into their senior year have the opportunity to do a post-grad year, which gives them 2 years, really.
2 years?
That means that we can kind of get that time back that we lost and weren't able to get that exposure, because we said we're a year behind, so we're trying to get them a year back. And so post-grad is something that everybody does on the East Coast, a 5th year, and you know how that goes. And so at the end of the day, this year, I'm not really putting that much stock into it. I just want the kids to get exposure and to play well in front of scouts, man. That's it. I mean, honestly,
that's dope.
For me, I really don't care if we win or lose.
That's dope.
So is there an age qualification or grade qualification to get into the Colorado Pro?
I think you gotta be. I mean, you have to be in high school for sure.
Yeah, of course.
But no, I mean, if you're a freshman and you can compete varsity wise, and you can be on a national circuit, you can do that. I mean, I would be down with that.
Oh, okay.
So I just want the best kids and the best prospects to be able to play.
That's
so
dope.
I don't.
That's
care.
dope.
I don't really care what grade you're in or whatever. I mean, in some cases, it's a little bit better to be a little bit younger and have a few years on the grind session to be able to get more exposure and more opportunities. So
being that you're a recruiter as well. That's your expertise as well. Let's say you can't get to every place in Colorado to see some of these kids. How else? What other resources do you have? Do you take, like, say, for example, if we're seeing some kid that you might not know,
like
we send you some stuff like, yo, check this kid out. Do you look into that stuff?
Well, I have people that I trust. I mean, if you guys came and said that this kid could play, I'm not gonna question it. Video is
optimal. Yeah. Like, let me see this
there's
kid.
Video. I mean, a lot of the people, or most of the people that applied for Colorado Prep, and we had over 70 people apply to be on the team.
Damn.
We had video for a lot of them, so we were able to. I mean, there was a lot of kids that I hadn't seen, but when you paired a video with their stats and where they were playing and all that, and then you call around, you can really get a good idea of who it is and if they can.
Okay. So let me see, man. Now let me make sure that these people not asking me like too much shit. But first, so Cinnamon asked, when can we play again? Cinnamon. Now, do you know that this man busy? Cinnamon, chill. And I think that's it, bro. Now, this is just my own personal thing. So, where are you guys out of? So, are all these kids coming to just swing practice like once or twice a week? Like, is this like y'all got to be at every practice? Like, what is your guideline for this? Because we had one of your, what I think is going to be one of your premier players, Dante Dawson. We had him on the show, and the kid is so humble, bro. I was like,
smart.
Matter of fact, man, I was shocked. But the fool told me, man,
he wanted to go play Konnichiwa.
Yeah, major in kinesiology or some shit. I was like, what, boy? I was like, nigga, like, it didn't even roll off the tongue right. I was like, what? And then he told us that he had a 4.4. I was like, now, I didn't even know that was a scale number, bro. Like, I'm still tripping on just 4. Like, I was like, 4.4. So the kid is real smart, man. Yes. So I see that it just ain't, y'all ain't taking athletes. Like, they got to be athletes in both joints. Feel me? Because I don't know, what is it now? Are they online classing? Are they in class classing? Like,
it'll be a mixture of both, right? So I gave the kids an option, right?
Okay.
They'll be able to do what they want to do. Now, that's a model that Powerhouse Preps does. You know what I'm saying? Where they're able to, to answer your question, most of them, pretty much everybody's going to be online, right?
Yeah. Okay,
especially because I'm sure as a parent you understand that these public schools.
Shakia said hi, X.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So y'all know how it was when the public schools had to go distance learning and how tough it was for them and
straight up
and tough it was for everybody. And so I figured, well, if I partner with the online school, that's what they do. Right?
Okay.
And so it'll be a little bit more easy for us, especially because we're traveling so much, man. I mean, I just got the schedule today, and
phenomenal.
It's a lot of travel, so it's better to be in online school anyway.
Straight up,
You know what I mean?
straight up. Matter of fact, this whole online thing kind of worked out. I made sure my son's grades was really, really high.
Right.
All right. So the center, the practice facility.
Yeah.
Where is that at?
So because we're in the Springs, we have a lot of kids that'll be in the Springs. A lot of kids in Denver. We'll mix it up. A little bit of it will be at the sports stable.
That's dope.
A little bit will be in the Springs. A little bit will be in Castle Rock. You know, it's fluid, right? It has to be fluid.
That's dope.
As a professional, man.
That's dope.
It's common to practice in a lot of different places, especially when you're traveling so much. And so for me, and especially because we're going to have so many road games too. So for them to be able to be comfortable anywhere is part of the development. Because, you know, when you get to college and you're playing in the Big 12, you got to play in Kansas one Wednesday, and then you got to play in Nebraska the next Saturday. And so if you aren't able to adjust and be able to shoot at this place, in this gym, and that gym, and you're only able to work out of one place, you're in for a rude awakening when you get to school.
This is big time news, man. Man, I don't even know if y'all can tell, but I'm kind of giddy, man.
So
dang. So will there be? So,
there will be some games.
Now, you don't got to unveil the schedule.
No, there will be some games in Colorado. We'll play in Colorado. It'll be some teams. It'll be some teams that come here to play us.
Of course, that's what the folks.
So you're gonna be playing here in Colorado.
We will play. There's some teams that are already scheduled to come here to play us, some prep schools, and so we'll play.
We'll be there.
Putting Colorado on the map.
Yeah,
we'll play multiple teams here. It'll be good for everybody to come out. You know, I thought about doing some games over the Christmas break when Chassa shut down.
Yeah.
And everybody will be able to come and see. You know,
that'd be great, bro.
You know, so
that'd be phenomenal, bro.
We're working on it, but yeah, we'll definitely play here.
Okay, great. That's great news, y'all. That's great news because I wanted to catch them any damn way. So, before we get to calling and all of that, so is it just boys, or do you have a plan for girls, or?
I do have a plan for girls. So I want to do girls next year. The grind session has already offered us a spot for a girls team next year. Oh, they offered it for this year, but I just didn't want to jump out there and do it this year.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
It was a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I had to tell them actually last week that we're not going to do it, but
okay.
We're locked in for the grind session for next year, which will be good. It'll be great. This will be their first year doing it, and so it'll be great for them to have a year under their belt. But I'm excited for that as well. I mean, as much opportunity as we can do, we can. And also, we got invited to be in the Academy West League, which is another league on the West Coast. They play in Sacramento and Phoenix as well. And so it's a lot of opportunity that we've been able to see with this prep stuff.
This is phenomenal, y'all. This is phenomenal.
No joke,
because, like y'all know, me and my dude got girls, and we want the best opportunity afforded to them. So, Colorado Prep, I'm telling you, here I come. Yeah, straight up. So, look, y'all, man, the number, y'all can call in, 512-745-4016. I still got questions. We'll let y'all get y'all's in, but
it don't take long.
Yeah, man.
512-745-4016.
Yeah,
that's the number to call in.
Let me.
Yeah, if y'all got any questions about anything.
Hey, man.
So, being that you do a lot of recruitment as well, have you ever had to shut anyone down for social media?
Shut a kid down for acting crazy?
Yeah.
Not yet. We haven't yet, which is good. You know, part of what we're going to be teaching is a lot of off the court stuff. So one thing that I wanted to do is make sure that they're prepared for school when they get there for their freshman year. And so we're going to have the MASH curriculum, which is mental health, athletics, student athlete, and conditioning and strength. And those are the 4 pillars that I think is important for kids to be on top of when they get to school. And with the off the court stuff and the student athlete piece, I mean, a lot of it we're teaching about nutrition. I got a nutritionist set up for a Zoom call for the guys this upcoming week.
Call in, y'all. Call in.
It's a lot of stuff that you just need to know being an athlete when you want to take it serious. So all that stuff and social media training is one of the things, and even being able to give an interview properly, you know, what to do with all that. I mean, all that stuff is going to be stuff that we're going to do. So it's things that you need to know when you're an athlete. You need to know the rules about drugs and recreational drugs and what they do to your body. You need to know about alcohol and what it does to your body. You need to know about consent rules and what it means to give consent, and so that you don't get any charges and statutory rape issues and all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't talk to these kids about.
Man, that's dope.
But we're going to be having those conversations early, and so that's a lot. That's what, you know, you hear me talking about curriculum and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's what that's about, and you know, getting with different doctors and like psychologists and psychiatrists and nutritionists and athletic trainers and, you know, all these people that know what they're talking about and can give me insight to build a curriculum so that we can give it to the kids and say, hey, these are all the things you need to know before you get to college. Dang. And so that's kind of like what we're doing off the court, you know. And of course, the academic piece is important. You got to be on top of your grades.
Yeah.
Or you can't go to, you mentioned Dante, and man, Dante, I've been on the phone so much about him because of his grades. And he's had multiple Ivy Leagues and super interested in him.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people want to see him. And Tajon, too. I mean, Tajon has over a 4.0 as well, and so
these kids,
you know,
shout out D2 District 2.
You know, they are really sought after because of their academics, and I can't stress enough on how much Dylan Sanders actually has a high GPA too.
Oh yeah. Dylan's roster, he's on the roster.
Yeah, Dylan Sanders.
See now, I didn't peep the whole roster. Now I did a lot of outside research.
Right.
Outside on it too?
Yeah.
We did see his name on there.
Yeah, Dylan's on there, but he's one of the high academic guys. I mean, a 3.7.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know, Harvard's been on him. They want to talk to him. There's been a lot of schools in the Ivies that want to talk to him. So
what?
You know, it's a big situation, but I can't stress enough on the academic. The reason that they are able to even have the conversation with him is because of his academics.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and the way that he carries himself in the classroom, and so, you know, building the team, and you guys asked about.
Hold on, comment, man. So Malcolm Chandler said, to me and you, is there a cost associated with the prep school, or is it all scholarship funded?
No, you have to pay. You have to pay something.
Okay.
There's a tuition. It's different on everybody's, you know, financial situation. You know, it's not just a one flat deal, but there is cost associated. Like I said, we're doing a lot of traveling. And I do have a day job, so
straight up.
Fundraising can't be my full time.
Okay, so now we were just talking about the money piece. Mm-hmm. So what if a kid is just cold as fuck? Because I'm trying to get my son cold as fuck. Because I want him like for the free,
right?
But I would only want him to like earn that, like based off his skills, like. Because now I'm a realist with him. Okay. Like, he's over here focused. He was on the show last night talking about that I'm trying to be on my freshman year. I said, nigga, shut up. Nigga, shut up. Like, now we need to get big, get swole, get faster, jump higher. And like his Uncle Alan was talking about, hey, probably your junior year, bro, then you'll be on there. But like I told him that if you was fortunate to be on the team from a freshman, then I would at least want to progress to maybe one day them being like, hey, Rob, these are full ride. Feel me? So is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's always a possibility.
Okay.
I mean, talent talks, right?
Yeah,
Talent talks.
Yeah.
And so, but I will say this: he has to be better than the other kids we're looking at his position.
Straight up.
So if he's better and he's the best available guy and he's worth it, I mean, basketball is a business, right?
I love that you said that, man.
It is. It's
a business.
It's a business once you get to a certain point, and he's almost there, right? He's almost to that point where there's a lot of money involved. And the reason I say basketball is a business is because college costs, right? I mean, it costs $50, sometimes $40, $50, $60,000 to go to these schools a year. And they're making a business investment in the kid.
Yeah.
And so if they're treating it like a business, you better treat it like a business.
Straight up.
As a family and as a player. And so at the end of the day, I mean, there's full rides, but you have to be really, really good.
Got to be really, really good.
You got to be really, really good.
I want parents to understand that. You don't just think your kid deserves a scholarship and they're not really, really good.
Well, let me be clear. We recruit nationally. I mean, we have 5 kids that are not from Colorado on the roster.
Which you should.
And so it doesn't mean that you're really, really good here.
Yeah.
I like that.
It means that you're really, really good, in general.
Yes.
So being that you said that you had damn near 70 kids that tried to apply. How many is on your team?
We'll carry. I think they will carry 15.
Oh, 15.
So full roster. The full guy.
So you pretty much have 50, 55, 50 something, that you just couldn't accept.
Mm-hmm.
How many emails and calls do you get constantly? Because I know from us just
doing this
little tournaments or whatever, or little shoot arounds,
little open runs.
We get so much hate because a kid wasn't invited.
Right.
So I know it got to be flooding your inbox.
Honestly, like I said, there's not much direct stuff. Like they might come on here on y'all show and say X,
my
Y,
son
Z,
didn't make it, but what's name is on the roster.
Right. But nobody ever really kind of charges me up straight up, which is cool with me, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we didn't put a lot of information out there on it, and that was on purpose so that wouldn't happen.
Yes.
Okay.
But the people that needed to know knew. And they were able to make a decision. And honestly, there's a lot of people that didn't go with it and say, I want to stay at school, at my school for their next year, which is fine. I just like the fact that we have an option now.
You have the opportunity.
You know what I mean? And I'm able to present it to people. And a lot of people, it's not, like I said, it's not for everybody, right?
It's not.
It's not for everybody.
So I say this right here. So if you have a kid, you have a A+ kid, good grades, everything. Mm-hmm. That's a straight baller. Mm-hmm. They already have a couple colleges out there looking for them.
For sure. Absolutely.
Would you say it's in their best interest to go play Colorado Prep or to stay where they're at?
I mean, I think, and this is just not, I'm not trying to sound funny, but I think it's in your best interest to go to Colorado Prep if you can, in all situations in Colorado, just because of the amount of exposure you're going to get basketball-wise. It's just not even close.
No, I know. I'm just trying to reach out.
Somebody's asking for the number again.
Golly. 512-745-4016. Man, just type it in there, man. So look, man.
Yeah, you can type it in my phone and pin it too.
Yeah. So now one of the biggest question that I wanted to ask you, bro, is okay. So you've gone through this. You done, like, your dad is gonna coach the team. You done built up this school. Mm-hmm. This is a phenomenal chance for multiple athletes, student athletes. Mm-hmm. What would you say about the trainers? So we got an array of trainers, and you know that in this state, like, and I don't know if it's unspoken, but they got like a beef, like fuck with me and fuck with. Now you got now what's the guys, man? The Loveland dude, you got Jody, you got your man's
Shooter's Life.
down here. There, you got the little Asian dude,
60-35.
Yeah. That one. Thank you for correcting me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, see, like you know all of them, fool.
I know.
So what? Like, so do you think they're all viable options?
I think that there's some that are better than others. You know,
I like that. I like that.
Of course, everybody's not created equal. I think that some know more than others.
Yeah.
I think, but honestly, you know, the real deal is that it's on the kid and the parents to go. It's on the kids and the parents to go.
Yeah.
All the time. Like a kid isn't going to just get better by going 2-3 times a week. Honestly, it's just not going to happen. You got to go 6 times a week.
Yeah.
And take Sunday off. If you're trying to be a pro.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about everything else, but if you're trying to be a pro, you got to go 6 times a week. And
I love this, man.
And it depends on the chemistry with the trainer. You know, everybody's different, and everybody has a different vibe, and everybody works different, and every trainer's different, right? And so there's fits, just like a coach in playing on a team. Like sometimes you're just not a good fit for that coach.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but I mean,
you want me to accept that? Block these live requests.
Who is that?
Twins at 3. They want to be in the live video.
I can't. But I mean, to answer your question, yes, there's some that are better than others, but then again,
I agree.
There's a lot.
Coach Hawk is calling, man. Hold on, man. Let me see real quick. Hey, man. What's up, Coach? Hey, Coach.
You probably do it on speaker.
Yeah, man. It was right on there.
Hit speaker real quick.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Yeah, Coach.
What's up?
Hey, man. Now, what's up?
Nothing. I got some questions.
All right, man. Spit.
I want to know about football.
Okay.
Y'all know who Collins is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's playing some of his best basketball right now, believe it or not. But he's 6'2", 215.
Okay.
I've already got these ones wanting to see him for football.
Yeah.
But if you ask him, he's cool.
Right.
So, where are we at with that, X? Are they going to be able to play both?
I honestly don't think that Chassa is going to allow them as of now to play both. I think if they choose Colorado, they're going to punish them and make them sit. That's what I think would happen. I'm not 100% sure.
Damn.
So just in my dealings with Chassa, I don't know how they can stop him. If he was to attend school and then play
Watch off.
a prep school or an online school, he should be able to play whatever sport is provided. His school doesn't provide that sport.
Oh yeah. Actually, if you do it that way, like in a homeschool situation is what you mean. Yeah, I think that would be an option actually if you go about it that way.
Oh, all right. Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big time dual sport proponent for a lot of reasons, but I know it's not for everybody, and I know with basketball how competitive it is. But sometimes when you pass that eye test, you can pull them both off.
Right.
The other thing is sponsorship. Now, X, we already know, right? And we already know how much I am about the prep,
right.
about what you. We've had extensive conversations, but I have a Colorado-based business that I know you're not going to say no, but Colorado-based business. How do we go? Where do we go? Taking the steps to sponsor some of this.
Yeah, you just hit my phone, man. Just hit my phone and we can have that conversation. I'm about to actually see you in about 30 minutes anyway, so we can.
No, I know.
Yeah, but I mean, we're always looking for Colorado-based. This is Colorado Prep, so we're looking for Colorado-based sponsors who are a little bit risk takers. You know what I'm saying, and people that want to be a little bit disruptive. and understand that we're doing something new, and to be able to be a trailblazer, it's a little bit uncomfortable, and for people to ride with us during that journey, you know what I mean? And so I love Colorado. You know, I moved my family here, and I want to be able to work with Colorado businesses to be a part of this. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have to brand. We have to brand our uniforms. We have to brand our player of the week. We have to brand our, assist and dunk and shot and 3-point and one of the week and drive of the game and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of things that we have to do. And it's all about getting these Colorado businesses an opportunity to get out there and get their name out there as well. So as much as we can do and the people that we can work with, the better.
Now that's what's up.
So one of my, having coached in this, mostly Colorado, all of Colorado Springs, but in the state of Colorado.
Yeah.
I've watched it come through. You remember when you were at CU when Mitch Jackson came through?
Yep.
We don't get the same support here.
Right.
For our athletes. Right?
Fucking facts.
But I think this gives a platform where we can literally support our athletes at a different level.
Right.
And then your local business can get the recognition. That's part of what we do, but it's bigger for me, having done this for so long. I don't necessarily need the advertisement, although I'll take it.
Right.
It's more important for me personally that these kids feel like their home values them and supports them.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be great for these kids to go on, do big things, and come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got grandkids, I got nieces and nephews. Reggie did a good job coming back. Colin got signed gear and pictures and stuff that he didn't even have to ask for because he would come back. But he only come back for a select few because he didn't get that real support from our community.
Right.
Which is unfortunate. But that's the bigger piece for me. And then you and I have talked about the education side. You already touched on it with the nutrition that you'll be teaching some of these kids. So that's kind of for me, for my business, it's dumb important to teach these kids at a young age how important nutrition, what they're putting in their body, affects the output that they require their body.
Yeah,
absolutely. Especially water and hydration. I mean, that's huge.
No doubt.
So and even me, coming up doing the stuff that I did, I went pro in cycling, not in football or basketball, which is my real love. And to learn what I learned doing that, and then having to, if I would have known those things when I was coming up, and again, Colin has a distinct advantage. The boy's been eating greens since he could eat, and he's been drinking purified water and maintaining hydration. And then some next level things that you and I have talked about, for the brain management, the protection, and stuff like that. So I'm just thinking if I had those things, that you're able to do those things that a regular state school won't allow even some of those things or don't encourage. It's going to take a decade for them to get on the platform with it.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
It's next level, big time next level. So,
right.
Anyway, I just want to holler at y'all real quick.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man.
And,
hey, Hawk, if you get there before me, just get them started.
I got you, bro.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Holler. Bye.
Later, Al. Later, Robbie.
Later, man. So, yeah, man. So, listen, y'all. I mean, so we over our hour. We don't want to hold this busy man up. We don't want to do that. We gave y'all what you wanted. We gave it to you. But, yeah, man. But appreciate it, bro.
No, I appreciate
Thanks for coming on, man.
I
Two black guys, bro. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all doing this. This is the realest show that I've seen. Y'all know I haven't talked about Colorado Prep yet. And so for me to come on here and do it with you guys, that's where I wanted to do it.
That's dope, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
At the end of the day, man, we all got to stay together. Yes. And I honestly think that this is the best show in Colorado.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
It's the best basketball high school show in Colorado. I really do.
Because that's what we about to do. That's what we talking ball, man. We talking everything.
Right.
Everything.
And we giving it to y'all real, man. And y'all know it.
Right.
And y'all know it. So we ain't out there trying to compete with the competitors. We just do what we do. We do what we do, and we spit facts. And now we say this over and over. It's an opinion-based show. But when we do say facts, it's a fact. Feel me? But that's two black guys.
Real quick. I want to give a shout out to Mike Schwartz. He does Hallowest designs. So if you need like designs for any of the logos or whatnot,
bro,
he's real good at that.
Just hit me.
He's
Schwartz father.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man. Just hit me.
All right, y'all. So there's 2 black guys with table talk.
2 black guys table talk.
Holla.